Good morning. Trying to do some analysis, help some people out. So, Skidomes runs a nightclub card. We've been doing that for over 20 years. But let's just do some numbers. And this is what I'm trying to tell people: not to make hasty decisions, start to understand some of the new e-commerce models, which most of you know about, you just didn't know you were already using. So, I'm going to go through this example in a video, and it might help you out, or at least get you thinking in the right mode. So what I've done here is, if you're on the NCC only, I've picked randomly from, or actually picked from 4 visits to 10. I cut off at 10 because only about 25% of the people in our club, or in general, industry-wide, go about 25% of the population go more than 9 times. But I want to just display the discount. So in this case, we knew the night lift ticket was $49, so we can actually calculate that off the what we call the max rate. And as you see, the max rate there, but as you go, because we're basing it off the $190 fee you pay up front, you can actually see your discount in dollars and by percent. Sorry, I didn't make it all pretty for you, but you see, the less you went, the less you got. So let's look at the positive. The positive on this is, let's just take a look. And now again, I'm using Jack Frost Big Boulder because it's just the nearest mountain, and they are using dynamic pricing. And no, I can't guarantee any of these pricing or anything else in life, but I wanted to get you acclimated to dynamic pricing. So right now we're looking at, if I wanted to go tonight, this is for your night ticket, they have 3 left. So yeah, it's sort of like Liftopia. It's very much like booking an airline or anything else in lodging. This is the same kind of model, different inputs and things like that, and historics. Now in this case, if I wanted to go tonight, I'm going to save 6%. So it's a weekend, it's actually Sunday, so we're on the same day. Look what happens when you say you look at the weather and say, oh, Monday looks really good. You grab that and you're saving 47%. So again, you would have to be going a good bit to even get that kind of discount. So again, it's just, you need to open up a little bit of thinking. Yes, you need to know weather. Yes, you have to plan a little bit. But again, for a lot of people, especially the average person that goes 2 to 3 times a year, it actually is going to be better for them. So I think they're looking at this pricing model, or it is shown that they get a few more people out, which then hopefully turns over into some food and beverage for the profit there. So again, these models are based to maximize profit. But I think when people understand them, because they're just used to things for 20 years, and again, I don't work for the mountain or peak or anybody else. I'm just trying to talk to my members and get them to start understanding this, and not to have any issues. So what I did before, let me just show you this, is the first thing I did is I looked at it and said, what is it going to do to me? I get out about 25-30 visits, so of course you see, in my case, it went up $5 an average visit, $150. So yes, there was an increase. Did this other spreadsheet where I took their plans and tried to base it on window now, because I have no idea what future's going to bring. But I also want to show you where the sweet spot is, and the sweet spot is basically from 13 to 29. Where you actually get a decrease in overall pricing if you base it on 10 visits. Again, I can't run numbers for everybody. It gets very complicated and time consuming. But I wanted you to see that, because you need to pick what you have and how it's going to work. I still don't know about the school program. There's still going to be the 4th and 5th grade program. Basically there's a decrease, there's an increase at 30 plus, and again, we don't know about the school programs. So again, there's a little bit of unknown, but I think you're getting some idea. And yes, prices are going to go up, and I'm not going to debate other things other than what we call economic inputs. And the biggest input at the mountain is to make snow, and that requires electrical energy, and that has actually doubled in 8 years. So at some point in time, that cost was going to get passed on to the consumer, and I think we're starting to see that. And there's other things in utilities, sewer rates, depending on where you live. If you live where I do, you've seen rates go from in your bill from $0 a month up to $30 a month, and they'll continue to rise. So again, relax. What I want you to do is run some numbers. What I did, one of my stuff like that, and you know, you can get a spread of how far you're going to look out. Yeah, I agree. Right now the models for weather is kind of tough to go more than about 3 days. But again, it's doable, and we just need to get people acclimated. And here's some other things to know. When you buy that pass, it's good for that day only. There's no guarantee. You're not going to get your money back. You know, there's some questions being asked. But no, this is how it works. It's just like the airline, you know, when you book way ahead and then you try to change it, and then there's a change fee. So I don't see any change fees here, but basically that's what it is. And I did note that this electricity provider for Jack Frost Big Boulder actually did go up. So these things are easily sourced. So anyway, that's what the models are going to be like, and you're going to see that pretty much everywhere. And again, some people make out well. The younger groups make out well. Older, you know, you're going to pay a little more. So again, see how many days you go, and start thinking about it. And again, it's still March, so no rush, no hurry. Another example of dynamic pricing is a close neighbor of whitetail, and that's blue knob. And you'll see pretty much the same format, pretty much the same API. You know, on the code back end, literally the same layout. And what's interesting, what does it say down here? Powered by Liftopia. Imagine that. Well, I did some research, and Liftopia 5 years ago had over 100 resorts already working with them. And if that was 5 years ago, you can see everybody's using them or other people or going to that particular model. The other thing that's very interesting here, and again, I'm not picking on Blue Knob or you know, anybody. I'm just putting out here facts and reality for people. But what we did see is, I was looking at their season pass. So right now you can get it for this price, $299, and so that means their normal price is, you know, $600. Wow. Well, season pass for 30 plus over at the peak pass is what, $629. So you've got 3 mountains for almost the price of one. So again, midweek, look at this, $149. You're saving now, but again, it's going to go up. So I mean, you are going to get more, even though there is going to be a price increase. But again, I think you're seeing some other inputs such as energy, and you know, nobody's going to believe me, but I think you're going to see it everywhere. And the other thing you're going to see is everybody's going to this dynamic pricing model, and it really does, if you can plan and you understand weather, you can actually save money if you're not going a lot. And most people, 75% of the people go, you know, 9 times or less. So it really opens up possibilities for them and allows the resort to make their markup. Again, not picking on Blue Knob, but I just found this exact same model at a few other resorts, but they didn't say Liftopia. So, you know, I could do some back engineering, but, you know, kind of figured all this out now. And, again, people need to, you know, back up, do some breathing. Again, it's just new models, and they're being pushed. Everybody's going to be following them, and they're trying to make profit. And, you know, prices and things they have to pay are going up too. But that's it. Hopefully that answers some questions. Have a great day.